Okay, we're going to talk about the staggered stance goblet squat today. For our position, I want your feet about hip width apart, not too wide with this one. And then we're going to stagger our stance so that the toes of our back leg are at about the midfoot or the arch of the front foot. We're going to be working on this backside leg most. So we're going to have about 2/3 of our weight in this back leg, about 1/3 of our weight in this front leg. Now, really important is where the weight is in the foot. So for this back leg, we're going to have it more so on the inside edge of the foot, but that outside edge never comes off the ground, right? So we have it on the inside edge of the heel and that midfoot more towards the midline. And the same thing's going to go for this front side foot where it's more on the inside edge of the heel and more on the inside edge of the forefoot and midfoot. So from here, our position is we're going to stand tall. We're going to tuck the pelvis so that it's like a bowl of water. We don't want the water flowing out the front. We're going to have the pelvis tucked a little bit backwards so that the pelvis is staying perfectly horizontal. From here, I want you to think about pushing your elbows forward and your ribs back. We're going to help elongate through there, but I don't want you to lose any height in the skeleton as you do this. So as I push my elbows forward, my ribs back, I get a little bit rounding, opening up that upper back. And an example of something we don't want here when we're doing this is crunching. So I lose a little height as I do this. I don't want you to crunch through that mid back. I want you just to push a little bit forward as you push the ribs a little bit backwards. And then from here, this is our squatting position. Don't turn this into a hinge where we break at the hips first. No, we want to get into our position and then break at the knees and come straight down, tap, and come back up. Again, 2/3 of the weight in the back leg, and then weight in the inside edges of the foot. Good. And I want you to feel yourself moving around that backside hip. Something we don't want to do here is we want to make sure that our hips are staying in line or our pelvis is staying square to the wall in front of me. So as I come straight down and back up, I want to make sure that you are not, as you're coming down, pulling your hips towards the outside to help open up space. I want all that space to be coming from hip internal rotation here on the back leg. Another example of what we don't want is rotating out towards the other way or hinging forward and putting more weight on that front foot. Okay? So go ahead and give that a shot.